broke my heart. The walls came crashing down so fast. I thought the pain would always last. The moment when I lost it all was the moment of my fall. The ground beneath me turned to sand, and I could not understand. The moment everything fell apart is the moment God touched my heart. The moment everything fell apart is when the King began his art. The moment everything fell apart is when the healing could start. The moment everything fell apart is when I heard his voice so clear. The moment of the great collapse is when the King closed all the gaps. The moment when I lost my way is when the King showed me the day. The falling apart was not the end. The King was there to help me mend. The moment of the breaking down is when I found my freedom crown. The moment everything fell apart is the moment God touched my heart. The moment everything fell apart is when the King began his art. I'm stripped down to nothing now. The King has shown me how to let go of the things I held, the story that I always told. I'm naked in the presence of the King. My soul is learning how to sing. The stripping down has set me free from all that I was meant to be. Stripped down to nothing but the truth. Stripped down to nothing, back to youth. Stripped down to nothing, I can see the King has set the captive free. Stripped down to nothing.
good evening everybody. Belastrah here from Belastrah Games, Magical Stories, World of Wonder, streaming live today the results of my 30-day 3 games with 2 game engine challenge. So today will be the results reveal whether or not I completed 3 games in 30 days part-time. So stay tuned for this entire video as I run you through playtests and showcasing you the games behind the scenes as proof of the results of this month. Alright, so we are going to kick off with just launching UEFN. So just give me a moment. Since I'm doing all of this live, we are going to have to wait quite a bit sometimes for UEFN to start up. As you guys know, it does take time most of the time. Alright, so luckily today, just before the stream, I did update it as I noticed there was an update. I'm not sure when it was, but right now I'm just going to launch UEFN live here. And while we wait for that to happen, I will just show you again the first video I uploaded a month ago on the 25th of July when this challenge actually started. So take a moment to watch this with me as we just quickly recap what this challenge is actually about. As a part-time creator with only part-time availability, I'll be learning S&box game engine as a beginner, while game engine 2 UEFN I have 2 years experience. I'll be working on all 3 games with the goal of having 3 publishable games in 30 days. Hi there everybody, thank you for watching this devlog. My creative Alright, so now we are ready to, I'm ready to show you my first game. It's called Arena Challenge. I am just double clicking there on the project. My UEFN just jumped to the other screen, but let's wait for it to open up. So Neon Ruins started actually as a 3-hour live development challenge. If you go to my live streams on my channel, you would notice there that I actually, there we go, that all the live development videos are there for you to watch regarding all three of these games. But here is Neon Ruins, some of the live streams that I did over the course of the development of this game. So it started off as a 3-hour game development challenge whereby the task was to develop a game in 3 hours. First, I was going to do a small game, a 1 versus 1 arena game. But as I was building out the game, of course, as with everybody, it became bigger and bigger and bigger. Eventually, I had to rewrite most of the verse code because I changed how the game works and everything. So if I stuck with how the game was originally, a 1 versus 1 versus 1 box PvP arena game, I could have finished it probably in 3 to 6 hours. But as with everybody, it came out so cool and nicely after the 3 hours game development. For example, in the first 3 hours, I built out these player bases that when I saw these bases and when in the course of the development, I started getting new and new and newer game ideas in my mind about how the game flow would be. I started thinking, but what about if this is a missions-based game instead of you just, running around? What if I make a more interactive game, kind of a blitz arena game, whereby you and your team had to do specific missions and then get to a final point in the game. Right, so yes, I guess you can say, as with all game development in life, eventually we do expand and the game becomes just bigger and bigger and bigger. Alright, so let's look a bit behind the scenes. I don't want to spend too much time as we have several games to get through for this live stream results review. So, I started off this island with a blank canvas, or actually a template, sorry about that, a template for a box PvP 1 versus 1, which my husband developed quite a while ago together with all the verse mechanics. So I took that and redeveloped something around a box PvP kind of game. Eventually, I wanted to have my spawning lobby somewhere in the sky because I really like this neon colors. The neon ruins concept really started to come out very nicely in this game. Just a moment, I think let's put it a little darker. I do have a day sequence device, so it's supposed to have a little darker lighting, but you guys know, after like an update from UEFN, stuff always looks a bit different. So we'll see when we play test it. All right, let's take a look behind the scenes. So this is the player lobby where you spawn and start the game. I made these team selection portals whereby each player will select their team. There are 8 teams. Originally, I thought I'm only going to have 4 teams, but then I like the concept of having multicolored bases per team so much that I decided to do 8 colors for 8 teams, and each team has a different neon color. So we have the blue team here, this is kind of a cream, green, purple, red, teal, orange, and pink. Right, so this is where you would start the game. You spawn here and you wait for the game to launch. Then there's a little cinematic that plays and just shows you the world. Right, this is the map thing. It's a circular map inspired, like, for example, by Atlantis of Ancients. And then each player team starts at their player base. Let's look at the blue team's base. So in the blue team base, I have set up some default vending machines. You have the ability to change your random loadout, and then you have an option to reset progress. These are what I call cargo boxes. The main aim of Mission 1 in this game is that you protect your cargo against attacks from any players, and every cargo box is counted for. If you lose a cargo box and it's destroyed, then you have one less. When you finish the 2.5 minutes protection of this cargo box, you and your team need to get the cargo boxes that you have just protected to the Mission 2 extraction point. So here you would drop your cargo boxes just like so onto this trigger system you see that I have set up here. So depending on the number of cargo you have dropped, you would get a different kind of loot. So I have set up the lowest level of loot is blue weapons or green weapons, and then so on until if you brought all the cargo to this mission point, you would get gold or mythic weapons, which is the highest level of weapons. You have to protect and bring your cargo over within 4 minutes from your main base. So you and your team have to figure out a strategy. How are you going to get all those cargo boxes to this point? You have 4 minutes to do that. Once the 4 minutes is up, a helicopter comes, pick up the cargo boxes. You get an announcement to prepare, and you have 30 seconds to make a quick plan with your team before mission 3 starts. And mission 3, you have to go into this pyramid and find the extraction point for you and your team, activate the extraction call, and protect that extraction point for 20 seconds. And if you successfully do so by having at least one player in the extraction point, then you and your team win that round. The players who win the most rounds are the champions of this game. So as you can see, this game is called for now Neon Ruins Protect and Extract, because the objective of the game is to protect your cargo boxes, advance through mission 1 and 2, and then extract your team in the final mission within the pyramid. Let's look a little bit at mechanics. So when it comes to verse, I have several verse devices, which was written from the ground up. So let's go and have a look at the verse setup just here. So the game might look small from that perspective, but when you come here, you can see that it is quite a setup. Here I have set up the whole timing interfaces that regulates the entire game. I was between doing this in verse or using Fortnite devices. I ended up using Fortnite devices as I had to maximize my time. So that was important. There's analytics, there's accolades. For every stage of the game, players are getting XP. All right. So as you can see, there is verse devices managing the overall missions. I made a missions device called the Missions Pro device. This device regulates everything regarding the game. I had to write this verse code from the beginning because it didn't exist yet, and I wanted a specific game flow. So this one is now working very, very nicely. My other device is the NPC Missions Pro. For that, I had to ensure that if the player count is small and players spawn into the game, even as a solo player, they could still play the game. So with this device, I spawn NPCs at every mission point of the player. I do this spawning of the NPCs as well as the despawning in order to ensure that it's not an overflow of NPCs in the game overall. You don't want to have a huge amount of NPCs in your game lagging. So that is how I control the NPCs spawning at specific times. Now, this is the NPC device for managing mission 1, and this is for mission 2 and 3. So as you can see, quite a bit of devices per team. This is something I didn't implement yet. I only thought about it afterwards. A base destruction pro device. I wrote all the code, tested it, but I didn't do the tags of every single asset before the time, and it would have been lengthy to do it afterwards. So I'm keeping this as an upgrade option for version 2 of the game in the future. This is the Beal Hide Pro. This is what I am using for my final extraction points during mission 3. It's to randomize the location of your extraction point. So for now, I have set up 4 different points inside of the pyramid. So every round the player plays, the extraction point will be in a different place so that they never know exactly where the extraction point is going to be. They actually have to search for it while also fighting off other players as well as NPCs at the same time. The Lights Pro is a device which I actually didn't implement after all, but I like that I created it. So in future, I'm going to add tags for every light in my world so that I can switch off and on lights in different sections to help with the game performance. So this is a very lucrative device because lights can become expensive in gameplay. But for this game, I was a bit too late. I already had 200 lights in the game and I wasn't going to redo that. As you can see, the game has quite a bit of lighting because it's a dark environment 24/7. So yeah. I also modeled cargo boxes in the default UEFN, what do you call this? Modeling tool. I wanted my own cargo box because I had to use a blueprint in order to use the objective device. And these are actually then the cargo boxes the player will carry around. So there is one live stream where I'm actually building this live. But you can see here it has all the components to it. And let me just put it back together. Otherwise, it's going to look wonky. So there we go. So I built this from scratch. It's with default UEFN materials. And then I merged it all together. I put some LODs on it, so now it's looking a bit wacky, but anyway. I also created the weapon system, the loot system that I explained in mission 2. The more cargo boxes you drop in mission 2, the better your loot will be for you and your team in order to prepare for mission 3. These are the team setup devices. So you guys know how that works. All right. Then there is the rank management system, whereby I manage the player spawners, the different levels of NPCs. There's different scoring depending on if you eliminate a player and the different level of NPCs. So NPCs I set up in mission 1, it's the easiest type of NPC. In mission 2, it's the gets difficulter, and in mission 3, it's the most difficult. This is the random loadout manager, and then the elimination resource granter. So every time a player eliminates somebody, they get stuff awarded to them. All right, so this is the whole mechanic setup here that manages the entire game. Pretty cool. So now that we have talked about this and I have shown you the back end of the game, I am happy to say that the game is complete and I managed to finish in 30 days. So yay. Let's launch a play session and just play through the game once to show you that it's playable and working. So it's going to take some time. I guess we could have done a play test, then we wouldn't have that stuff on the screen. But I already launched it now, so let's go into that. So another thing, if my live stream gets disconnected, it might be because my computer crashed or something. I have had that several times, that when I have UEFN and multiple software open, UEFN is so heavy these days. it just runs super hard on the machine. So it sometimes happens that today it looks better after the update, but yeah, you can see there it's already 12 GB. So it's already at 87% memory. Okay, so let's see how it goes. I think let's switch on some fans while we wait, just in case. All right, so if you have any questions about this first game, Neon Rinse, Extract and Protect, let me know in the chat. I'm happy to answer. So overall, let's also take a look at how long it took me to actually make this game. In total, it's been around 100 hours, if you count just per hour. And that was over 30 days. Alright, so it has launched and the game is starting. I'm going to put the desktop audio for the game a little more down. Alright, so the game launches. Then there is a little cinematic orientation. It basically says, welcome to the game. During mission 1, protect your cargo. Protect your cargo against invaders and fellow team members. During mission 2, take your cargo to the mission 2 extraction point and protect your cargo at all costs until the helicopter extracts the cargo. Alright, so the game has just launched. We have now to select our team. So there are 8 team points, just like so. You also have an option, if you played the game before, that you could buy some weapons beforehand with your money. So let's see, let's go for the blue team. So you have about 30 seconds, you and your team, to select your team. If you didn't select a team, it would automatically assign you. Alright, so now my task is to protect my cargo, and you can see I have set up the NPC so that they attack the player. So you have to protect your cargo boxes. You can see there the NPCs are attacking the cargo boxes, and they are already burning my cargo boxes. Okay, Fortnite has frozen, as it always does. Alright, so I'm almost eliminated. I have to quickly make a plan here. So for now, I have added unlimited respawn per players, but in an update, I might consider adding a life system, whereby maybe you only get 5 lives, and after that your team has to revive you. So the level of complexity can still be improved, but since this is version 1 of the game, I don't want to. So you can see there the NPCs have been programmed to come and attack the cargo boxes. So they would actually attack and shoot the cargo boxes, and you would lose a cargo box. So as you can see on screen, I have already lost 1 cargo box. Now I have lost 3. Alright, so we have 1 minute left to protect our cargo. So yes, the ammo is random. You have a random loadout. And for every NPC I have eliminated, I do get some stuff. Let's put some protection barrier. I don't always see these working against NPCs, like they can still come in for some reason, but then they do run out. So I don't know if Fortnite or UEFN is going to improve that mechanics. I did set it up that it affects guards and NPCs, but it's kind of still ignored. These small ones, they don't come. The bigger ones do. So the point is that you employ some strategy, you and your team, with putting some protection and stuff for your... Okay. So now I have set it up that... There we go. So once you have completed, the amount of cargo boxes you protected is the amount you now get to take to the mission 2 point. Now I have to take it before I get attacked. As you can see, I have despawned some NPCs during this mission. I can also throw a cargo box and then just... Now, the NPCs have been programmed to attack cargo boxes. So be careful that they can get and destroy your cargo boxes. And they can also eliminate you. So you have 4 minutes to try and get your cargo there. And in the meantime, the NPCs and other players are still going to be eliminating your cargo. So it is quite important to get your cargo to the place mission 2 spot. Let's try to do that. And they just destroyed one of my cargo. Oh no, they're gonna destroy that cargo if I don't pick it up. It has very little health left. Yeah. So let's see, this is a team game. There's supposed to be 8 players. So it's going to be quite difficult for me to get it there, but I just want to at least drop the cargo there. So that you can see. So the moment I drop the cargo, my cargo box so yeah, so I just dropped 1 cargo box at that location. So you and your team of 8 players have to get all these cargo boxes as soon as possible. That was a bit difficult. Let's do this. To the spot. Oh my gosh. Alright. You can buy stuff because you earn some money. You can buy... You see, I'm getting very attacked here, but that's the point. It should be very difficult. Kind of challenging. Then the storm starts coming in and lots of players. I just want to drop another one to show you how the loot system works. Let's get it there before they're gonna destroy it. They're gonna destroy it. Did I just miss? And they destroyed my other cargo box. Oh my gosh, I'm only gonna have maybe 1 cargo box. I think I'll have to stay here and just protect this cargo box from getting eliminated. I have another one there. Oh my goodness, I should have... Come on, come on. Okay, I think I have a little problem here. Does this work against NPCs? No, no it doesn't. Okay. Oh no, oh no. So I'm going to fail mission 2. So this is a good example as well. I have only 1 cargo box left to get there as soon as possible. I should eliminate some players before my time is finished. And I should take this cargo box as soon as possible to the required location. Let me go, let me go. Okay, I got 1 cargo box, so that's going to be enough for mission 2 to succeed. So the point is just to have at least 1 cargo box. Let's do it before it is destroyed. Okay. Okay, so my mission 2 is a success. So now I can go forward and find my extraction point. Okay. So I have to find the extraction point now. Alright, that was lucky. I found the extraction point in time. So I have to now stay here 20 seconds with me and my team. You have to assemble your team here and then protect this area for 20 seconds. Luckily the NPCs didn't see me coming here. Let's do something exciting. Let's see if they can find me. Oh, I have to be in the zone. Okay. I failed mission 3 because I wasn't. You can restart it again if you fail to be in the zone with your team. So then you have to again protect your area for 20 seconds, but at least one player should be in the mission extraction zone. So let's try it again. Hey, there we go. This time it should work. Woohoo! Perfect. So as you can see there, victory. I am surprised I made it because it is pretty difficult. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat below. This is game 1, a game with UEFN completed as part as my 3 games challenge with 2 game engines in 30 days part-time. So yeah, a good question. When did I work on these games? Mostly in the morning before work and in the evenings from around 6 to 12 and on Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays. I tried to do all 3 games every day, but that didn't go like that in the end. You guys know how planning goes. So yeah, I'm just going to end this game. I have already spent now quite a bit of time showcasing to you guys game 1 as part of my game challenge. So let's end it here, otherwise we are going to be here for a while. All right, so game 1 of my 3 games challenge in 30 days checked. Let's move on to the second game. Next up, I'm going to show you guys the first game that I said I was going to make and which then got exchanged with actually a 4th game. So originally when I launched this challenge, I was already in development for about since I think it was the 5th of July or 8th of July, a game for the creature shout out called My Cozy Creatures Hotel and Farm. Just a moment. I think I should just go to that project first. Otherwise, I'm not going to get there. I am not sure what's going on here, why it doesn't want to load my... I think we can just go back to the Fortnite lobby. Okay, so sorry about that. Alright, we can even look at the project size here. As you can see, it's still a decent size. It loads super quickly. The gameplay is nice and smooth. So I'm looking to call this Neon Ruins Extract and Protect a Blitz game because I'm thinking in the future to make a longer missions-based game. You know, like those traditional games with more missions. But for now, it's kind of a smaller, quick play version. Let me try again just to launch. There we go. All right, so cozy. Probably under that one. Seriously. Oh, let's see where it went. Oh, I called it something different on here because when I started it, I just called it creatures. Okay, so Creatures is the game I developed prior to this challenge. I was already in development for about 2.5 weeks when I started the challenge. So when I launched the challenge, I thought, okay, I'm going to continue making the cozy game, Neon Ruins, and an S&box game. But about 3 weeks in, I realized how enormous this pet farming simulator game is. Well, the first development was having to be done from scratch because although there's raccoon templates and mechanics, I had to kind of. Okay, we got an issue where our UEFN crashed, which is nothing new. Memory. Okay. We are going to have to redo that, or I can just find a playtest and show you guys. No, that's not going to be practical. Let's just launch again UEFN. It happens all the time these days because look how expensive UEFN is when it starts up. There we go. It will continue to go up till around 12,000 MB. Crazy. Very heavy application. I don't know what we're going to do when it merges with UE6. You're going to have a supercomputer by that time, like super. Okay, so the game I want to show you guys is the original game that I started before the challenge. And by week 3, I realized that I rather want to submit this game for an Epic grant in order to support the development, as the verse code has to be done from scratch, and that was going to take 2-3 months. But I do love the game a lot. Another option for me is to take this game into a PC game with Unreal Engine, which I have no experience, or S&box, I don't know, we'll see. So originally I developed this creature game for the Creature Shire shoutout on the 13th. I submitted it, but I missed the deadline by around 10 minutes or something. So I got notified that, yeah, I didn't get it. So, and then I eventually didn't publish it for the creatures category. I was so disappointed when they launched the creatures category. Actually, there's, yeah, it's not a cozy category at all. It turns into just another red versus blue. So, yeah. Okay, this is the wrong one. This was actually an original game idea for the Creatures Island while we are now here. So not this one. This was going to be, let me not go into that. We're going to get stuck here. Let's just try again. I think the other. This is now the problem when you start projects before you have names for them, and later on you change it. We'll get there, we'll get there. So this was originally game 1. As always, Windows blocks anything epic. So just to show you, look at that. Yeah. Okay. I think we're gonna get there soon. Now compare this to how instantly S&box fires up. But I do understand it's local and this is live, so it's going to be different. All right. So this is My Cozy Creatures Farm and Hotel, a UEFN game that I started developing before the challenge. And I thought I'm going to continue development of this game during the challenge. But then the development and the mechanics became quite enormous, and I realized this game is probably better as a standalone, a PC game, or I have to get try to get a UEFN grant epic grant for it in order to finish the development, as it will just take too much of my time, which I don't have right now, or the funds to invest for this game. Sorry, the load it's taking a lot of load on the computer, so it's a bit laggy. Alright, so I built out all these zones and stuff for this game. It's pretty cool, and I'm just going to quickly run through it because otherwise we will take too long here. Okay, let's take the roof off. Let's take the floors. So there we go. This is the level 1 floor plan. Here you can see I created a 3-level up bedroom. These are hotel rooms with your area for your creatures. So you have your hotel room that you can then upgrade. These little aspects here are mechanics for when the room is dirty and needs to be cleaned. So when I toggle them off, this is how the hotel looks if the guest checks in. There is where their pet sleeps, because this is a creature's hotel. So a guest and their creature checks in. This is a 3-level bathroom upgrade. So yes, in UEFN, and I guess all games, stuff overlaps. So that's a level 1 bathroom. Then if the player upgrades it to level 2, they have a level 2 bathroom that looks like so. And when they upgrade it to level 3, it's a bit more fancy. And the same with the bedroom, and the same with this. And when the room is dirty, the clean room sign will pop up, and then you as the hotelier have to assign a cleaner, or you have to come and clean the room yourself. So then these little dirty areas pop up and you clean them. So all of these mechanics, as you can see, need to be implemented, including the NPC system for the guests to check in. I also implemented this creature hatching area, which is super cute and still in development, but I love how it came out. It's very, very nice. This is where the creatures live. This is going to be the nursery. It's still in development. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys quickly. So this game was the original game 1, but then I exchanged this game, and instead now the 3rd game in this development challenge is my Mega Ramp Game 3 challenge, which I will open up right now. So we are just going to wait for it, and this is our last UEFN game. When we launch S&box, it will go much quicker. Just checking how my computer is holding up. 95 degrees. Right, so this is the Mega Ramp Mechanics Zone. This is the Mega Ramp Pro, first device which have been developing over the past since 2025. It is for sale on my website, so I'm going to actually not publish this game or Neon Ruins. I have decided to actually sell them instead. But so that's also why this game reveal is important today, as I'm actually not publishing the games but selling them. Alright, so this is the Mega Ramp platform arena that I built. This game was made in about 14 to 18 hours. I just have to double check my timesheet. But the whole platform was developed from scratch. I wanted to have a two-tone color, something that really looks cool. I wanted to have jumping ramps that is a little different. So there's 2 mini ramps, although where did my ramp triangulation go? How weird is that? Oh, that must be the UEFN update. Can you believe this? This is not happening. If you watch my live streams, you would have seen that That's what I hate about UEFN updates. If they had version control, we wouldn't have these problems. Seriously. So, let me just show you my fly-through actually when I did the playtest 5 days ago for the final of this game. We might as well check it here. So these are the meshes that I was handmade with splines in UEFN. But it looks like with the update, for some reason, they disappeared. I have to figure out why that is. Or probably just wait for another update. So you can see there are 3 mega ramps. I made 2 mini ramps here, 1 mega ramp here. You have your vehicle spawners there. You have your checkpoint here, your round winner location at the back. So it looks very, very cool. It plays super nice. And since we're actually here, we might as well just go through this playtest I did here. So here, 5 days ago, the game was completed. So another check mark. 2 out of the 3 games in this challenge, yes, was completed. So this is my live playtest 5 days ago. I launched this session. So let's check it even from here. How this game works is that you have 12 vehicles. You start at the checkpoint all the time at the top, the arena at the top here. And then you have to drive faster than anyone else, all 12 vehicles, down this ramp. Okay, we can forward it since we are here. All right, there we go. Let's watch it from this point onwards. Oh man, waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. All right, it starts. So it has custom UI, custom tracker here. I kept the default health and wellness thingy there. All right, so this is the Mega Ramp start point where we would start the game. So if you're interested in buying this game, let me know. It is on my website at belastrah.com. So, yeah. You can exit the vehicle and you will instantly respawn. So whenever the player presses E or they fall into the no-go zone, then they are instantly respawned. This is your notice board area. I kept billboards in here instead of in-game widgets because there are still some bugs with in-game widgets. But billboards is also good for localization. This is the round winner zone. When you win the round, there's a little ceremony. There is a leaderboard, and this verse device is included in the game. And then I think I'm gonna try to go down the ramp now. So, oh yeah, I first came to fix some stuff here. So let's just go on a bit to where I again playtest. There we go. You can go and watch this live stream as well, where I finished this game 5 days ago. So this is the leaderboard, just checking it out again. Let's go on. All right, I think I'm going to test one of these duct ramps because I'm very much finding them fun. So going down this mini ramp, and then you get a platform from where you launch your vehicle. So you launch it and then you have to get back onto the main ramp. Super cool. That is the ramp from the bottom to the top. Just wanted to show you guys how it looks like. Then you drive all the way down. And so as you can see, if I lose my vehicle, it's the same thing. I just want to show you guys. Let's try it again. Okay, so when you go through the checkpoint, you automatically get your next vehicle, and then you have completed one checkpoint, so you get 1 point on your tracker. So if you miss the ramp and you fall into the no-go zone, you are instantly respawned. Right. So I think that is it for now for this game, as this video is getting pretty lengthy, but you can go and watch this whole live stream for the full playtest right there. Let's go back into this game. I just want to see what they did with my triangulations. It's right here. It is here. So what happened? Ramp. So the triangulations are here, but for some reason they're invisible at the moment. Yeah, sometimes I really hate updates. Really hate them. There we go. So if you had the same issue that your meshes disappeared, send a letter to the UEFN development team. Tell them that your stuff disappeared and now you have all this work again to update. So good luck if you have everything custom. Okay, so this game is also complete, and I'm happy to say that game 2 of this challenge has then been a success. Game 2 updated. Just want to update it now that those meshes has been there. And then you can also go on my website at belastrah.com. Navigate to the menu up here. Go to my shop or marketplace right there. And when it loads up, you will see that I have added the sale and auction for the Mega Ramp game right here in my website. You can see the game is there and you get the full game as you just saw it right there. So you can go through all the images, what's included, and so on. If you're interested just in the verse device for the Mega Ramp, it's also here. And if you want a default template kit to start from instead of my pre-designed map, then you can also have that. It's on my website available there. Right, let's go over game 3 now. So I have shown you 3 games so far. We started with Neon Ruins, then we did the cozy game, then I showed you the map game, and now I will show you game 4, which is an S&box game. So let's get right to that. I'm going to launch the S&box editor. Let me just close out Fortnite. It's taking a huge amount of resources. So I just want to clean it up while S&box loads in the background. Okay, epic Fortnite. All right, let's take a look at my S&box game. So here we go. My S&box game as part of my 3-game challenge with 2 game engines in 30 days part-time is called Match and Collect. And S&box is a game engine that I learned from scratch I didn't know anything about it. It launched in April and is made by Facepunch. S&box is also then like a UGC publishing platform whereby you can create games and then launch it via the S&box Steam game platform. All right, so here we are in my S&box game so far. What I have here, let's just make like so. What I have here is a area set up so far. I will reveal what that is soon. This is just temporary. But anyway, I have set up like a mechanic zone here. I just like to see stuff visually sometime. It just helps me visualize what I have done and what not. So when I close this out in my hierarchy here, you can see that I have just organized for myself my S&box stuff and settings and components and whatever you want to call it here. I'm not so good at S&box yet. I am still learning C# code, but I do like it so far. It's a very, very nice game engine. It's very quick. You guys saw how quick I launched it compared to UEFN. Now, I do not want to really compare negatively against the two of them because they are different. But there is stuff that I just find so much easier in S&box, and I'm so grateful for that because iteration and making games feels so much faster in S&box. And yeah, but anyway, let's get into it. Let me show you my game so far. So I'm just going to hit play. Okay. So you can see here the UI. There is a loading screen before, but the loading screen only happens when you launch it from S&box and it's live. So yeah. I made what I call an economy panel here on the left. It's going to track persistently all your economy stuff like your money, your gems, your score, your XP, and your lives. On the right is what I call a pop-up menu system. I'll go through what that is a bit later. This is just your top bar for your game. If you are wondering by now, yes. So essentially I developed 4 games, not 3, but I didn't finish the S&box game. So yes. This is still a work in progress, but I really love how it's coming. This is all Razor UI. It's made with HTML and I forgot now. But anyway, you guys get it. So this pop-up menu is for the mini games inside this main game. This is your to-do list. It's still a work in progress, so it's coming soon. This is your inventory and your statistics. For now, I am not sure about this one yet, but you guys can see how this is. Something that I really wanted to do because I really liked the idea to have, you know, a toggle to hide your economy panel so you have more space to see what you're doing here. So I liked this collapse and open concept. It took almost an hour to get it right, but I was very happy at the end that the player has this option. One of my main focuses for the S&box game is super user friendliness. They just should be able to quickly and easily get to where they want, and it should be quick and easy to understand what is going on. So that was one of my main focuses on the UI and the UX, to have it super user friendly and super easy to understand what is going on. I wanted a cozy vibe because this is a cozy game, or a semi-cozy, I guess. Right, let's go to the mini games menu. So far, I made a match 3 game for this. I originally thought I'm going to make 3 mini games, but my time just completely ran out, especially since I was still learning how everything works. So this is the match 3. You just click play. It will start from the last level and stage where you're at. So you can see I really like this pop-up screen. It came up super nice. You have your level and your stage there, the name of your level, the stage name, a little information about what you're supposed to do. And if you don't click that in time, it will auto come here. So I really like that feature as well. All right, so this is your matching grid. You guys know the traditional match 3 concept. So cool, cool, cool. Oh my goodness, I completed the stage too quickly. Okay, anyway, we do it again. So yeah, it is not complete yet. I'm not going to reveal too much about the game because yeah, it's going to come with time, the explanation of what this game actually is. But I guess you guys can grasp from the name Match and Collect what it's kind of going to be. I worked on the backstory quite a bit, so it's going to come built into the game a little later. So I really like that you can hide your money here. So you can toggle this off and then you have your whole match grid available here. I still want to implement that the match grid is different sizes for different stages, but for now I'm not so good with the code yet to manage that. So for now I have one size. So you have to match the green ones to finish this green level and the red for that. So let's try. If I finish those, you can see these, what I call resource panel is coming up. Okay, one more. So stage complete and then next stage. Next stage is that one. So once again, I wanted the UI to be straightforward, easy to understand. You know at all times what you're doing, where you're at. There's a menu button for your main menu. You could restart this level. You have toggles to collapse your economy system. It looks very cool. Your resource panel is on the right. And as I develop the game, you guys will see what is coming on the right here. So in a nutshell, this is my S&box game. Let's load it again to get the home screen. And over the course of the next weeks, I intend to finish this game and publish it to the S&box game engine. I might also take it standalone, but you have to get permission for that, so I don't know how that all works. So let's see how that goes. But yeah, ask me any questions if you want about this game. I look forward to your questions. So in a nutshell, everybody, this is where I am so far. For this entire game challenge, I completed learning C# code, did a lot of Razor UI and stuff. I like to do 2D because I'm used to doing WordPress websites, so HTML and stuff is easier. I am going to do a lot of backlogs for the videos because over the course of this month I thought I will do a devlog a week for each game. So that would have been 3 videos per game and then a final reveal video. But over the course of this month it was just too hectic developing actually 4 games and then as well making videos for them. So I am going to make the devlogs for each week of each of these games and how I progress because I have all the recorded video footage for it. And then a final conclusion video about all of the games and everything I experienced and everything I learned and the pros and cons and the stuff I did wrong and what I did right and what I would do differently. So I'm going to conclude this live stream at this point, and I thank you for staying tuned and listening to me ramble on over the course of this hour or so. And thank you for staying tuned for the reveal of the 3 games. So in recap, Neon Ruins, game 1 of my game dev challenge, building 3 games in 2 game engines in 30 days part-time, is complete. So check mark for that. Match and Collect, game 2 of my game dev challenge, is not complete. Mega Ramp, game 3 of my challenge, is complete. And I did substitute this game instead of my Cozy Creatures Hotel, which is then essentially the 4th game, which I developed in 30 days part-time. So I know that it was a bit crazy. It was a bit crazy taking on so many games in 1 month. But as I explained in the beginning of this live stream, I realized by week 3 that Cozy Creatures was getting just too big And I loved the game concept, and the gameplay was so nice till that point that it was going to take me a couple more months to finish up this game. So I instead made a mega ramp game, and then also put all of this on my website. I finished the template kit for this, so that is actually a fifth game. And then I updated several of my UEFN past projects as well, and the website for Belastrah, and I also developed the website for the shop in this 30 days. So it wasn't just 3 games, it was a whole array of things, including working full-time during the day for clients to finish their graphic design, website design, and so on projects. So I will do the final video, the final wrap-up video. But for now, thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you in the next videos. Have a great one. Bye for now.